Killer Elite Airsoft Team. I'm Daddy07, Gunner.
I'm DragoCon, Sniper.
I'm One Shot Sammy, Rusher.
These videos will take you and your Airsoft team to the next level.
You won't just be killer.
You'll be Killer Elite.
Hoo-yah!
In this video, we're going to show you the technology, technique, and tactics to become the best Airsoft Rusher you could possibly be. I hope you enjoy. So, as a rusher, I like to run my MP5. It's this SEMA CM041J. I like using this because with the collapsing stock I can have a full-length gun, or I could collapse it and have a much smaller, more CQB gun. As is, even full length, it is more manageable in CQB than, say, an M4 or other longer gun. I painted the forestock and certain parts of the rear stock army green to help with the camouflage. I run 4 of these dual MP5 mags. They're meant to look like a traditional dual mag for MP5, but in reality they're actually one magazine. So that gives me 500 rounds per magazine rather than the usual 200, 250 rounds per magazine, which means a lot less reloads. I also run my powder horn. We call it a powder horn because of the way it's shaped. It kind of looks like a powder horn like they would use in the muskets. And the way the BBs feed, it kind of works in a similar manner. I use these to reload the magazines if I need more ammo, and it holds about 2,000 rounds. Overall, I try to keep my kit as a rusher smaller because how much weight you're carrying does affect you as a rusher. Because, like its namesake, you are rushing. You are the one that's usually flanking, you're the one that's in front, so having lighter kit and being able to move more quickly is to your advantage as a rusher. And that's my primary weapon. So, I like running my Desert Eagle with 2 magazines, speed loader, and extra seal 2. For the most part, your secondary is only going to serve if your primary weapon goes down. You may use it in CQB if you're running a longer gun, but if you're playing on a field where you know you're going to run into a lot of CQB, you probably should have just run a shorter gun. But predominantly, it's just going to serve as your backup weapon. For this reason, exactly what pistol you run is really personal preference. Just whatever you like in a pistol, as long as it's reliable and will fire when you pull the trigger, you're pretty much good to go. And that's my secondary. So, as a rusher, here's my kit. It's fairly similar to the gunner in terms of some of the headgear and the vest and all that. I use this vest here because I can have the magazines behind the pockets. I'm going to have the pockets themselves to put things in. And then I got a spot there for a holster, whatever holster I want to use for my pistol. So it's a very convenient kit, and I can run pretty much whatever combination of magazines and gear I want. I've got my helmet, and face mask. Those are very important as a rusher because since you're generally closer to the enemy than most of the rest of your team, being point man, being the one following the flank and all that, you are going to be the one shot at first, generally speaking. I got my gloves. They got padding on the back so that if you get shot in the hand it doesn't hurt as much. I've got my neck protector. Goggles, very important, regardless of what role you are. Always have good safety goggles because blind men don't play airsoft. I got my Camelback. I use that for hydration. Fill it with G2 or regular Gatorade. And fill that up and I'm usually good all day. I also carry a flashlight. So sometimes in CQB places, it can be dark corners where people can hide and stuff. So having a flashlight whenever you think you see somebody but you're not really sure. Now, keep in mind, flashlight is a two-sided coin. You can see them, but they can see you. Also carry my pocket knife. I use this for cutting tree limbs and stuff, 550 cord, whatever. Obviously, do not use this on another player, but there are times having a knife is useful. I have a radio. A radio as a rusher is very important because being the one that's usually flanking or on point and stuff, there may, depending on how many people are on your team, there may be times where you get separated from part of your team, you and whoever's rushing with you. So having a way to get in contact with them is very important. Also carry smoke. Smoke can be very helpful when you're trying to flank somebody. I also have knee pads. Always good. Because like your eyesight, if you bust a knee, your airsoft career is over. And that's my kit as rusher. For marksmanship, you're predominantly going to be shooting at about 100 feet or so. You're not going to be trying to go for the super long shots because you're going to be the one that's the point man, you're going to be the one flanking, so you're going to be closer to the enemy than the rest of your team. As far as what fire you shoot your gun, usually I do 3 to 4 round bursts, like so. I don't usually do full auto because it's not a good gearbox and you're just wasting ammo that you can use to shoot somebody else. Some people will do semi-auto if they have a fast trigger finger, but I don't have a fast trigger finger. And this particular gun is not necessarily built the best for semi-auto. So for most of the time, you're going to want 3 or 4 round bursts. And that's marksmanship.
Standing position. Kneeling position. Sitting position. Prone.
For the second man on the team, we have a grenadier who's running a 74U with a grenade launcher. He runs 1,800 rounds of ammo in 3 high-cap magazines, 3 reloads for his grenade launcher, and a flashbang grenade to throw into rooms. For the third member of the team, we have a rifleman who serves as security, carrying a bullpup rifle. Gives her a longer barrel and a smaller package. Carries 1,500 rounds in M4 mags. and carries a flashbang grenade for room entry.
First, you fix the enemy by suppressing them with heavy firepower. This suppression will keep the enemy pinned down and prevent them from moving. Next, you have someone flank around the enemy, get it at them from an angle, while the enemy is fixed on the person suppressing. They will not notice the person trying to flank them. Then you have the person flanking, the rusher, finish them. By flanking around, you can attack the enemy from an unexpected angle and finish them off.
Thanks for watching our Killer Elite Airsoft video. Don't forget to subscribe
Like.
and share.
Booyah!
And God bless America.
Who put that bad guy in there? And why does he look so handsome? Tango down! He died of fear. I didn't know wood could die of fear, but
Now we know it can.
now we know it can. Okay, just one more. I'll change the angle. Alright, CQB, solo, GoPro, other person, room entry. Take 4. Hey! You can use it or not use it. I know I'll get it on one of my footages.